What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here, and today we're back on Ark Survival Evolved. Because today I have got an interesting video for you mortals. So, a lot of people like wyverns on Ark Survival Evolved, but you cannot get wyverns on every single map, which is unfortunate because they are kind of cool. And their ability to breathe certain things, whether it be fire, lightning, poison, ice, water, blood, or whatever, they're kind of cool to have. So, I am going to be showing you mortals how you can get tamable wyverns on any map in Ark Survival Evolved. Yes, you did not mishear me. Tamable wyverns. So, normal wyverns on Ark, fire, poison, lightning, ice, stuff like that, they are not tamable whatsoever. You have to go into a certain area to gather the eggs that you will need, which then you can then hatch into the wyverns and then grow them up so you can actually get a wyvern you can ride and fight with. But a lot of people, well, I don't know if a lot of people know, but with the introduction of the Crystal Isles map, it brought new kinds of wyverns. So you had the tropical wyvern, the ember wyvern, and the blood wyvern, I believe. And these wyverns were tameable, as in like a normal passive tameable. So passive tame basically means where you can walk up behind a creature in Ark, and you have something in the last slot of your hotbar, and you walk up behind it and you can press a certain button, which is Y on Xbox. I think it might be triangle on PlayStation. I'm not too sure what it is on PC. It might be E or something. And you'd get a taming bar without having to knock the creature or the dino out, which is very, very cool. But like I said, they introduced tamable wyverns. They are smaller, but they look, to me, they look a lot cooler than the originals. And you can spawn them in on any map you wish. Yes, that is right. So, if you're on any type of server whatsoever, but you're on a map that doesn't tend to support wyverns, like the island map, like I am currently on, I'm pretty sure the center map doesn't have wyvern spawns either. Aberration doesn't have wyvern spawns as far as I know. Extinction doesn't have normal wyverns, but they do have like corrupt wyverns and stuff, but I don't think you can tame them. And there's a bunch of other maps that just don't support wyverns in any way, shape or form. But it would still be kind of nice to have wyverns on these maps, especially on the island. The island is by far probably my favourite map. Don't ask me why. It is the first map that ever came out, but it did evolve into something that was really, really cool with the redwood biome and changing all the snow biomes and everything. But I'd love to have wyverns that I could possibly tame on this map out in the wild without having to spawn these in. Well, I am going to show you how you can spawn in wild wyverns that you can tame in game. So that means if you are a server host, this is pretty good news. You can spawn random levels of different wyverns in, which then people on your server can then go and tame for themselves, and they are breedable. So that means you can breed them, get eggs and hatch it, so you can carry on the generations of wyverns as well. So you are going to need access to the console commands to spawn these wyverns in. So you will need permission from the server host to get access to these. But once you have got access, all you're going to want to do is go onto your pause menu, and it should come up with something like this. You may not have this bar up here. To get this bar on console, you're going to need to press LB, RB, X and Y all at the same time to get this box to pop up. If you're on the PlayStation, I believe it's L1, R1, square and triangle all at the same time, and this box should pop up as well. If you're on the PC, there is no need to go onto the pause menu. All you're going to do is press the tab button on your keyboard, and a black bar at the bottom of your screen should pop up where you can type in the commands. So with that out of the way, let's get on to the first command. So here it is, mortals. It is cheat or admin cheat. There is a difference between cheat and admin cheat. If you're on single player, cheat will work. If you're on any type of server, you will need to type in admin cheat. So keep that in mind. So admin cheat is all one word. I'm going to show you right now. So your code, if you're on any type of server, will look like this instead. So it'll be admin cheat, leave a space, summon, leave a space, crystal wyvern, underscore character, underscore BP, underscore WS, underscore C. Now I believe this command is for the tropical wyvern. It's the WS that gives it that verification that it is the tropical wyvern spawning. Now don't ask me why it's WS, but this is the tropical wyvern. As you can see, they do not aggro onto you. They are complete passive tame. Once you go up behind them, as you can see, it did give me the indication to press Y to feed it. Now, crystal wyverns will only eat certain foods, that is prime crystals or normal crystals. So normal crystals you can just gather from the crystal nodes. Prime crystals do not spawn on any other map but Crystal Isles, as far as I know. But you can still harvest the prime crystals off wyverns, so it's a very good combination. So you can just go around your map if you want and just start spawning in a bunch of these tropical wyverns. Maybe you have a certain type of area that you think these tropical wyverns should spawn in and fly around. So these will all be at random levels, so you don't know if you're going to get a good one or a bad one. So as you can see, they're tropical wyverns right there, and that is the code for it. Let's move on to a different type of wyvern. Here is the next code, mortals. It is admin cheat, leave a space, summon, leave a space, crystal wyvern, underscore character, underscore BP, underscore ember, underscore C. As you can see, this is for the ember wyvern, which is basically just a fire wyvern, which is right there. As you can see, I did get the prompt to tame it. It's because I have got normal crystal in my last slot of my hotbar, so we can tame it if we want to. So yet again, you can spawn these in whatever area you think they might spawn in, or just randomly. I'm at the top of the volcano, so I think these ember wyverns should be spawning right here or something. So people will have to make their way up the mountain to enable to spawn to tame these. And last but not least, we have another wyvern, and it is called the blood wyvern. Now this is an unusual type of wyvern, but they called it blood. So here it is, mortals. It is admin cheat, leave space, summon, leave space, crystal wyvern, underscore character, underscore BP, underscore blood, underscore C. So then you can go around and just spawn these in as well at random locations, or in a certain place that you think these should spawn. These are really good colorings. They're mainly reds and blacks, which is pretty cool. But as you can see, I've spawned in a bunch of these just around the volcano area. So if this was a server, people would come to the volcano area and search for these wild wyverns. You will also have to keep in mind as well, if you are an admin on a server and you are doing this, that you may have to replenish how many wyverns are actually in the wild, just because when people do go and tame them, obviously it takes it out of the wild, so the admin will have to replace them back in the wild. If the population of these wyverns get a bit less, especially if you've got an absolute ton of people on your server. But there you have it. That is how to get tamable wyverns on any map you want. So like I said before, these wyverns can be tamed with prime crystals or normal crystal, which you can get from a node. The prime crystal, there are no prime crystal wyvern nodes on any map apart from Crystal Isles, I believe. But if you knock out one of these wyverns, so say I knocked out this blue one right here, it means I would have to continuously knock it out with Topor until it actually goes down. It will get aggressive, obviously, because you're trying to hit it. Let's just hope this goes down pretty quick. And I'm going to show you can harvest the prime crystals off the wyvern itself. So as you see, it is going down right here. If you walk up to it, it should say take crystals, and there, boom, prime crystals are now in my inventory. So these are the prime crystals that you can use to tame these, which will be faster, or you can use the normal crystals. If you are breeding these, you will have to use prime crystals only, and I mean only, to raise your babies. That is the only food that the babies will eat, is prime crystals. So if you're breeding, keep that in mind. But mortals, I hope you have some fun with this. Maybe if you are on the server, you can contact your admin and maybe get him to do this. Refer him to this video if you have any trouble trying to explain it or anything. But I think this is a really cool way just to get tamable wyverns on any map that you want. Yes, you can't get every type of wyvern that you might want, but these three, honestly, they're pretty darn good. They come in some really nice colors and they have some really nice powers. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you out, and I'll hopefully see you mortals in the next video.